If you're still using cash or your debit card, stop. Stop using it right now. Literally, you are doing yourself no favors by using cash or using your debit card. If you look at the most successful people or the most successful corporations across the planet, I can assure you that the one thing they don't do is use cash and debit cards for their purchases. You know what they use? They use credit cards, and that's what I want all of you watching to start using as well. Look, growing up, I always had a very negative perception of credit cards. They seem to be associated with people who were financially irresponsible, and all the stories I heard about credit cards had a negative connotation attached to them. And that is true. Credit cards make it easy to overspend, they charge outrageous interest rates, and if you miss payments, your credit score will take an absolute beating. According to WalletHub's latest study, the average American household has over $8,000 in credit card debt. And collectively, as Americans, we owe almost $1 trillion to credit card companies. You're probably thinking, if we as Americans have so much credit card debt, then why are you making a video promoting credit cards? Well, that's precisely the reason why I'm making this video. But instead of using credit cards to your detriment, I want you to use them to your advantage. Because when credit cards are used correctly, their benefits far outweigh their drawbacks. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to get credit card companies to pay you thousands of dollars a year instead of you paying them hundreds or thousands of dollars a year in interest. You just need to educate yourself on what to do and what not to do. And that's what I'm here for, and that's the reason I made this video. So make sure you watch until the very end because I'm going to be dropping some serious knowledge. Before we jump in, if you could hit that like and subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated. Content like this is so beneficial to so many people, and by liking and subscribing to my channel, you are telling the YouTube algorithm to show my content to other viewers. Before we learn how to use credit cards to your advantage, let's start with learning how credit card companies actually make their money. Credit cards have this thing called APR, which you've probably seen advertised millions of times over the course of your life. APR stands for annual percentage rate. It's essentially the interest rate, but includes additional costs and fees. And APRs on credit cards are absolutely ridiculous. They can range from anywhere between 15% to 24%, depending on the card. To put that into context, mortgage interest rates are around 3%, and the national average on auto loans is 5.27%. And these days, with good credit score, you can get a 0% or close to 0% on your auto loans. So paying 15 to 24% is a huge number, and it's a number that you shouldn't pay, ever. For this example, let's say you get a credit card with a $5,000 limit. In the fine print of that credit card, it says you have a 19% APR. The rookie investor, aka someone who doesn't know how credit card companies make their money, starts using their credit card. In April, they spend $2,000, and at the end of the month, they have $31.66 in interest charges. But the bank says, hey buddy, we love you. You can just keep making the minimum payment of $31 and you can carry the balance on to the next month, no problem at all. So then you think to yourself, man, this is pretty cool. I just spent $2,000 and all the bank wanted was $31 as a monthly payment? Awesome. So then in May, you go out and you spend another $1,000 and now your total balance is $3,000. But the bank says, buddy, we love you and we love your business, and you can just make the minimum payment of $47.49 and we'll call it even. Don't even worry about it. You just keep on spending. Now this trend continues for a couple of months until you hit your credit limit at $5,000. Now the bank tells you, hey bud, don't even worry about that $5,000. Just keep making interest payments of $79.15 for as long as you want. We'll hold your balance for you. Let me tell you what happens next. This cycle repeats and repeats and repeats. Once one card is maxed out, you move to the next card, and then you move to the next card, and then you keep making minimum payments, and before you know it, you are in a mountain of credit card debt. But the credit card issuer makes you feel like they are doing you a favor, but in reality, you are doing them a favor by paying them all of this interest. Meanwhile, You know what the savvy investor does? They don't do any of this. The savvy investor doesn't pay interest because they pay their statement balance in full every single month. The savvy investor uses their credit card as a tool to make money, not as a tool to spend money. But let's talk about it. The secret to making credit card companies pay you is to pay your statement balance in full every month. This way you don't accrue interest, you're spending what you have, and you won't find yourself with high interest debt that feels like it's taking an eternity to pay off. Let's keep it 100% real. Credit cards can be scary. I was one of the people that steered clear of credit cards until I graduated from college and started my first job in institutional investing. I had many opportunities to get credit cards, but I resisted the urge to get one because of all of the horror stories that I had heard. I just used my debit card because it was easy for me to manage, and with my debit card, I didn't spend what I didn't have. Luckily, my parents were very diligent about paying their bills on time and living well within their means. Unknowingly, they passed on their financial discipline and financial habits on to me. And boy, am I glad that they did, because you definitely don't learn about personal finance in school or in college. It's funny because I have an undergrad and master's degree in business disciplines, but at no point during all of that education did I learn about personal finance. I learned some really complex concepts, but at no point did I learn about credit scores, how credit card interest works, or how to create a household budget. But about 10 years ago, when I was looking to get my first credit card, I came across a blog called thepointsguy.com. This guy pretty much traveled the world and stayed in beautiful hotels for free by using rewards he earned through credit cards. The more research I did, only verified the legitimacy of using credit cards to your advantage. I realized that successful corporations around the world and successful small businesses around the world and wealthy people around the world all use credit cards to their advantage. Now, when most of us think of credit cards, we think of the airline miles, we think of cashback, or the bonus points that they offer. But the fact is, credit cards offer so much more, and really quickly, I wanted to cover some of the benefits. Unlike cash, if your credit card gets stolen and used elsewhere, you are not liable for the purchases. Many credit cards will extend the manufacturer's warranty. This can vary from card to card, but if your card has this benefit, you can turn down the extended warranty the next time you're at Best Buy or any other retailer. Unlike cash, you have a paper trail with your credit card. You can export your statement into an Excel report, and you can see where you spend your money, which makes it even easier for you to budget. Many of the credit cards out there don't charge a foreign transaction fee when you're traveling abroad. And credit card companies automatically do the conversion rate when you make an international purchase, and they provide you with the best exchange rate possible. So gone are the days of converting your currency at the airport and losing 7 to 10% of your money. By the way, if you convert your currency at the airport at one of those booths, stop. Just stop. Credit cards provide insurance against canceled trips, missed connections, and lost luggage. Now, the amount you get depends on your credit card, but that's still better than using a debit card and not getting anything. Most credit cards provide supplemental rental car insurance, which covers you in the event of damage or theft. That means you don't have to buy the insurance a rental company offers, which saves you money and actually provides you with more protection. When credit cards are used properly, they increase your credit score, which is essential when you want to buy a home or buy a car or make any other large purchase over the course of your life. Debit cards and cash don't do that. If credit cards are used correctly by parents, they can be an excellent tool for teaching kids or young adults not to spend money beyond their means. Contrary to popular belief, credit cards don't destroy people. Bad financial habits do. Okay, let's get to the part that you've all been waiting for. Let's talk about how to maximize your credit card benefits and earn money from spending money. The first and the most important thing you need to understand is that you can't carry a credit card balance. You need to get in the habit of paying your statement balance in full every single month. Which credit card to use and how to maximize your benefits could be an entire video. So for the sake of time, I'm going to give you 2 really good strategies to start making money using your credit card. 2 solid all-around credit cards are the Chase Freedom Unlimited and the Citi Double Cash Card. Now let's take a quick high-level look at the Chase Freedom Unlimited. They are offering $200 cash back after you spend $500 on purchases in the first 3 months. Now they're offering 5% cash back on travel, 3% cash back on dining, 3% cash back on drugstore purchases, and 1.5% back on all other purchases. Now let's say that you spend $1,000 a month on your credit card for a total of $12,000 over the course of a given year. Assuming you pay your credit card in full each month, you pay $0 in interest, you'll get a $200 bonus, and let's just say that you get a 2% cash back because your spending was mixed use between travel, dining, and everything else. So by the end of the year, you just made a total of $440 in cash back bonuses. Now that's really awesome, and that's how I want you to start thinking about credit cards. Now let's take my scenario. I consider myself a sophisticated credit card user. They call guys like me credit card hackers, but I don't like to use that word. It makes me feel like I'm doing something illegal. I think I have about 10 different credit cards in my wallet, but I sign up for them very strategically. Sometimes I'll get a really good offer in the mail, or sometimes I'll get a really good offer on the internet, or sometimes I'll get a really good offer while I'm sitting on a plane. As an example, Chase has a really good sign-up bonus on their Sapphire Preferred credit card right now. This is one of my favorite credit cards, and if I didn't have it already, I would be all over this current offer. With their current offer, you can earn 80,000 points after spending $4,000 on purchases in the first 3 months after your account opening. As far as spending $4,000 in the first 3 months, there are a lot of ways that you can get around this. Personally, I try to time my credit card signups with big ticket purchases that I know I'm going to make. So if I knew I was going to buy a laptop or some new furniture, I would sign up for a credit card like this and make those big ticket purchases on this card. So let's take the same $1,000 a month example that we used earlier, but let's say that in month 2, you bought a $2,000 laptop. So in month 1, you spent $1,000, in month 2, you spent $3,000, and in month 3, you spent $1,000 again. So over the course of the year, you spent a total of $14,000. If you use the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, you would have earned 80,000 reward points from the sign-up bonus and an additional 1,000 points on every dollar spent for a total of approximately 94,000 reward points over the course of the year. If you were to use these 94,000 reward points on Chase's travel portal, you can book $1,175 worth of travel. If you would rather have cash to buy stocks or to reinvest that money, you can exchange 94,000 Chase reward points for $940 in cash. If we subtract the annual fee of $95, we still made $845 over the course of the year. Now, if we look at this in terms of a cash back card, you spent $14,000 and you earned $845 from your credit card company. This means you earned 6% cash back on your purchases for the year. This is literally a no-brainer. You just made $845 in a year from spending money that you were going to spend anyways. Literally, I wish I could use my credit card for our car payments and for our rent. Literally, I would pay my parents' mortgage on my credit card if I could. And the examples I used are if you spent $14,000 a year, and most families spend a lot more than that. And if you're a business owner, you definitely spend a lot more than that. So people, start using a credit card right now. This video might be a little longer than my others, but I think I dropped some really useful information. The moral of the story is to pay your statement balance every single month. I can't emphasize that enough. Don't fall into the trap of making minimum payments. You aren't doing yourself any favors. I understand that life happens and sometimes you have to take on credit card debt. And that's totally fine. I just don't want you to fall into the credit card trap of spending more than you make and then getting stuck with credit card debt that takes you years to pay off. The simple fact is that credit cards don't destroy people. Bad financial habits do. You need to look at credit cards as a tool that makes you money, not as a tool that allows you to spend money that you don't have. Once you do that, you'll start looking at credit card offers and sign-up bonuses as a financial opportunity instead of a financial trap. And for those of you who think credit cards hurt your credit scores, they don't. That's a myth. If you have multiple credit cards and make your payments on time, having credit cards will only boost your credit score. I have at least 9 credit cards and my credit score is over 800, and I'm not showing you that to flex. I'm showing you that to show you that you can do the same thing. I wish I knew what I shared in this video when I first went to college. It would have helped me out tremendously, and it would have helped my friends and my family out tremendously. Regardless, I hope that this video helps you out, and that's the genuine reason that I made this video and the genuine reason I create content like this. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it a video. Thank you all for watching. Please remember to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you all next time.
I've been around the world, I've seen a million girls, but no matter what I do, ain't nobody like you, I've been around the world, I've seen a million